Let's make sure everything is connected on this end over here. It looks like we are and we're good to go. I just need to check the audio probably just to make sure that everything is good. But yeah, it's been a bit and we are here to discuss some horror news. There was a lot of news that has just recently dropped and I wanted to go ahead and talk about it. And I'm a little bit behind even then because there's been a lot of other things that have dropped. So I'm just going to check my audio real quick just to make sure that we're good to go. This is another camera I'm testing out as well. It seems that we are in the testing, right? So everything sounds good on this end. So let's just get right into things. If you make it into this video a little bit after, you probably can just go and check out this video again as a video, and then I'll cut it into shorts as well. So I'm going to do that, going to practice a little bit of that here. So let's get into the first piece of news right here, which is that Alien Isolation 2 and a demo will appear at London's Fright Fest on August 30th. So if you've been anticipating and waiting for Alien Isolation 2, fret no more because at Fright Fest in London, UK, later this month, you'll be able to see more news as well as get a demo. They made the announcement and I am ecstatic as somebody who has loved Alien Isolation. I'm thinking of doing a gameplay for the channel here live or in video. So let me know which one you think would be better to do. And this is great. This is great to hear. We are getting back into Alien. I think that the resurgence after Romulus and then the TV show has been great. So I'm excited to see where we go with this one. But this will be something that I am excited for and we'll be discussing here on the channel. So stay tuned for that because Alien Isolation 2 is officially a go and it is coming later this month. Like 2 weeks from now, we will have some demo, some news, and hopefully maybe a trailer of sorts. But let's move on to the other piece of news. Now, I am using OBS right now, so this might be a really weird way of me doing it, but let's see what picture comes up next. I just like blasted and put all the pictures up on here, so I'm just gonna go in the order that they come up. So let's take off the Alien for now, but let me know what you think about Alien Isolation 2. And yes, now we are talking about Obsession here. As you can see, we have a picture of Freaky Nikki. And we have just recently learned, of course, that they will be doing a Obsession Halloween Horror Nights whole thing going on now because Obsession has clearly gone on to be one of the most bonkers stories in Hollywood in a long time. It went to make over $400 million at the box office. India as well as Curry have gone on to do bigger projects, and we hope everybody else involved in the production as well as the actors go on to do bigger things. But it got bigger now as we have learned that they will be at Hollywood. I can't talk today, y'all. At Halloween Horror Nights with a special scare actor being there dressed up as Freaky Nikki amongst you as you walk by and you get to see the whole terrors of it all. And it's caused a big debate online. A lot of people feel like they shouldn't have included Freaky Nikki as a scare actor of sorts because it just doesn't feel right to have a person like Nikki be at the forefront of it all, especially with everything that goes on in the movie. I leave it up to you. As I said before, I think a lot of horror is rooted in trauma, and so it can kind of come off like, well, you have Reagan from The Exorcist, who clearly has been through a lot of trauma, and now you have Nikki here. So I don't know. I think it's interesting. I do hope that all of the artists that worked on Nikki's design, however, are getting the respect they need because clearly they made something that will stand the test of time now. And I mean, it is what it is. But let me know what you think about that in the comments below. And yeah, we had some more of Freaky Nikki right here. And that's how a lot of people are feeling about the addition of her into Halloween Horror Nights. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Our next talking point is going to be on Crystal Lake. Now, this will actually be premiering at TIFF later this year in September, actually. And, you know, I've been anticipating this show for quite some time. I'm excited with the amount of story we've gotten so far. They do promise us that Pamela Voorhees will go full Friday the 13th in this prequel series. And I talked about that in another video. I was like, do we get the full turn of Pamela Voorhees in this season, or are we going to have to wait for another season before things really start to go there? So this is what Brad Caleb Kane said during a panel this week about the Friday the 13th series. He says, you watch the first 4 episodes and you go, okay, they're telling a story. There's a little bit of a paranoid conspiracy thriller here, and it's a psychological devolution or evolution, however you want to put it. But where's Friday the 13th? Pam goes full Friday the 13th in this season and you will see it. And, I'm excited to see what he says about this. He also said that I think the biggest conceptual issue is people know what to expect from a Friday the 13th, or at least they know what a Friday the 13th movie should be. Teens go out to a place, they're having sex, they're doing drugs, and then they are hunted by Mrs. Voorhees or Jason in the subsequent films. But thankfully, we weren't making a Friday the 13th movie. They are going to make another Friday the 13th movie, which I'm sure will be Friday the 13th to the max, but this was called Crystal Lake, and we were doing a story about a town and a prequel about Jason's mom, and it was a really fresh snow. So he says we could build it however we wanted, and feeling ownership for the franchise as a longtime fan and a lover of it, truly diehard lover, I kind of knew what I wanted to see as a grown up Friday the 13th then. As somebody who these movies opened doors for me and opened my eyes, and I was thrilled watching them with thousand seaters full of people yelling at the screen, but I also grew up a little bit and became interested in other films and other themes in films, and I wanted to bring in all of the cinema all of that cinema love to my love for Friday the 13th. So I hope I said all of that right. I feel like I did not. But basically, I think what we're getting here is that Brad is saying that he wanted to make something that felt like Friday the 13th, but at the same time also felt like cinema that he has enjoyed from the past as well. So I love the idea that we're getting something that's going to feel rounded, something that's not just going to feel like they just made another Friday the 13th reboot of sorts, but different. And I think he did that with It Welcome to Derry, so I'm excited to see what that's going to mean when it comes to Crystal Lake. Another thing I want to talk about now, moving on from that, and if you are excited for Crystal Lake, let me know. I will be watching it at TIFF, hopefully, and I will be bringing you my thoughts on it from there as well. But here's a movie that I'm very excited for, and that is going to be the film Breeder. Now, Breeder actually had its debut at a film festival earlier this year, and it now has an October 16th release date coming from IFC as well as Shudder. Now, Breeder says an eccentric poodle breeder lures a broke college student to her remote ranch with a promise of research funding. But as he soon learns, there's a catch. And this is a movie that I'm very, very excited for and cannot wait. I was hoping it was going to premiere in another festival so I could watch it, but it's not. It's not. So I'm just going to have to wait for it, and I am excited nonetheless. But let's move on to our other piece of news here, and that is going to be, yeah, as you can see here, this is a picture that's probably like haunted your dreams if you've been on the internet for long enough, and it is Jeff the Killer. They are indeed making a movie with some very interesting way of marketing it, where like you can give the idea for it, and then somebody from TikTok's gonna make it into a movie. I don't like it, but Jeff the Killer movie's coming. Now, this is a movie I'm excited for as well that got announced for TIFF, and I will probably not be able to watch this because it is a movie that I think releases towards the end of TIFF, and that is going to be, I lost my notes for this movie right here, but here we go. It is the film Trees Are Watching, which stars Eva Green, and this is going to be at TIFF 2026. I hope I'm able to watch this then, and Trees Are Watching will be making its world premiere at the festival on September 18th. Apparently, this is a horror psychological thriller of sorts, and the film says Eva Green stars as Daria, a writer obsessed with the spiritual resonance of trees, returns to her hometown of Maridine with her deaf daughter and grows haunted by past memories of Spin and Nile, twin sisters she knew as a child. So I'm curious what this is going to be like. It continues on by saying, residing in their former family home, which is bordered by mass deforestation, save for an ominous pair of trees planted for each sister, Daria's unease is suddenly exas exa I'm gonna get through this word, y'all. It seems that today I'm just not functioning. Exa exacerbated by nightly visitations of a malignant entity that takes a seemingly benign form, a chair made from local timber. Soon, ruminating on her checkered relationship with Spin and Nile, the latter of whom claimed to be terrorized by a similarly fearsome fixture, specifically a maternal witch said to lurk in the home's noisy toilet. Daria's sanity became so I can't talk. I'm sorry. Not funny about the synopsis. It's just I just can't get the words out today. Maybe I should have like drank some water or something. But it says Daria Zess Daria's sanity begins to wane. This is why I don't do lives that much. So, nonetheless, I am excited about this. I've heard some great stuff about it. There is a trailer. I'm going to watch it as well and discuss more about it. But this is definitely on the top of my list of movies to definitely keep an eye out for at TIFF if you have the chance to watch them. So, very excited about that indeed. Let's move on to the next piece of news, which is going to be that we finally have a release date for the unnecessary remake of Possession. Now, I say that because it is unnecessary. It's kind of weird as well because Possession's such an intimate film for the director. But Possession 2 or Possession Remake will open in theaters on June 11th, 2027, coming to us from Paramount with Parker Finn, who is writing, directing, and producing this. Margaret Qualley, Caleb Turner, Malin Brewer star in this, and I just don't know what to say, but the actress Isabel Adjani gave her blessing, so I don't know, but we'll see. Now, let's move on to the next piece of news right here. Let me know. What do you think about the Possession remake? Was this needed or not? Or is it just like, bro, what are we doing here? We did get a glimpse at Hellraiser, the video game, a little bit more. And, I'm excited for it. If you haven't checked it out and if you're excited for this game, I would suggest it because clearly Resident Evil vibes for sure and a little bit more sick and twisted. I'll be playing this game, so I can't wait to bring it to y'all when we finally get it released. We do have Buddy releasing as well at the end of this month, a movie I had the opportunity to watch at South by Southwest, directed by Casper Kelly, who of course has done a ton of Adult Swim stuff, and he also just recently did Fun Size, which was a VHS segment on the recent one for Halloween. Buddy was pretty fun. I saw it at South by Southwest, and it was great with a crowd. It definitely is different, and it mixes a lot of different medias. I feel like it's really great 3/4 of the way in, and then at the final quarter, it kind of lost me, but I still think the movie overall was great. So yeah, this is definitely one should put on your list for sure to watch. The Devils did get a new trailer as well, which is Ken Russell's big movie that I think is as timely as it's ever been still today, even though it's been out for over 50 years. It will be releasing at TIFF in its restoration and uncut, as it did at Cannes, where it received a pretty good amount of admiration, and I'll be excited to watch this one for sure. It ends. I want to talk about It Ends because I am excited about this movie, but it also has an interesting challenge where if you and three other people are able to make it through a 36-hour challenge of watching it back to back, you can win a pretty good prize. And Neon posted about that on their Instagram, which I thought makes some pretty great marketing for sure. More pictures of the devils because we are excited for this movie. Yes, we are. And we also have some posters here, as you can see, for Crystal Lake. It says before Jason, as you can see, this is probably Jason, there was Pamela. As you can see, Pamela is full front center, and I'm excited for this. Like I said, it's premiering at TIFF, and I'll be watching it then. We also got a Texas Chainsaw Massacre animated feature coming, which is just the one that came out back in the 70s, animated now. And I'm interested, I'm curious, I'm a little scared, but we'll see. We'll see if this is going to be good or not. We also have our posters for Colony, which is the latest from the director of Train to Busan. I've heard some mixed things about this. I'm still excited, so I'll be waiting and seeing. If you haven't heard, there is a new Jigsaw, a new Saw puppet here. I believe their name is Betty or Bete, and it is in the new Saw game that is going to be coming out. Of course, that is set, I believe, 100 years before the original Saw. So I don't know what they're doing with this game, but I'm gonna make a video breaking it down. So stay tuned. I'll also be playing it. And the final piece of news, last but not least, it is a Leprechaun movie is in the works, which should get you excited maybe if you're a fan of Leprechaun. It's been 10 years since the last installment, and they have just announced that they have found writers, which are Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan, who worked on Saw as well as The Collector. They will write the new Leprechaun movie, and I just don't know what to expect from this, but other than that, it's been an interesting amount of news coming in for horror. I've been pretty much neglecting the channel and trying to come back to it. So stay tuned for a lot more videos from me. End of Oak Street, Camp Miasma, Spider-Man, Odyssey are all movies I still have not um, covered here, and I want to do that. So stay tuned for those videos because they're coming. D23 is currently happening. We are getting into festival season, spooky season. It's all starting to pile up, and I need to get back into the groove of things. So bear with me. We will get to that. I had to move and all of these other things as well this past month. So it's just been a lot on my plate, but I'm trying to get it all down. So anyways, let me know what you thought about all of these news and which one you are most excited for. But as always, that would do it for me. I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe. Stay